it through another work week. I made it. And let me tell you, it was hard. I know we're all working really hard over here. Most of all me. You guys probably did okay too. Oh, hell yeah, we made it. It's Friday. Let's go. How's everybody feeling? How you guys feeling, man? How was the week? How'd the week treat you? Y'all doing okay? Has it been all right for you? Den of never works. What the fuck? Brayden says 21 months, baby. Hope the fam, the dogs, and I guess your Warhammer minis are doing well. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Everything's good over here. Everything's good. Thank you. Bricked up for the weekend. Okay. Any particular reason why, or that's just you're really into weekends? You know, let us know. What's the deal with that? It's all good. Den of take the day off. Wait a minute. Cooper Brown said I could take the day off? Hold up. Chat, does this mean you are okaying more time off? More time off for Papa Josh? More paid time off for Papa Josh? That's what he's making it seem like. That's what he's making it seem like. Good morning. Den of out of PTO. Oh, what the fuck? PTO not approved. What? You already take Tuesdays and Thursdays off. I mean, I don't know if I don't always stay. You know what I mean? Like slacker. Whoa, hold on. How big of a super to hang dong on live? It's not one of these kind of streams. But I'll tell you this: you dangle a big old amount of money on me, and I'll think about dangling a big old amount of getting banned. You see how that works? Because I would get banned. So no. But hey, you think about it. You let me know. Big Nemesis says, I'm enjoying the blueberry muffin this beautiful Friday morning. Okay, a blueberry muffin. I had to go double check because it sounded like he said the blueberry muffin. I was like, what the fuck is the blueberry muffin? How do I not know about this? I would like the blueberry muffin as well. I like blueberry muffins. I didn't know there was like the one, you know? Den of hates his Twitch followers. I do not hate all of my Twitch followers. There are a couple of you though that fuck. I've been thinking about doing multi-streaming again, where we would do streaming to Twitch for the morning streams. We would do streaming to Twitter. I know, Twitter again, but yeah, thinking about doing it. So maybe we do that, and then maybe I look at Twitch again. Last night, or maybe it was 2 nights ago, when we did the member stream, though, we just had a family thing going on. Elisa couldn't get the stream going on for the Twitch people, and I do apologize about that, but it is what it is. Whoa, hold on, guys. Hold on. Shalami Leaner says the newest episode of Peacemaker had Lex Luthor and Chris is stuck on Earth X. What does that mean? Lex Luthor. He really put Lex Luthor in that show? Wow. And Chris is stuck in Earth X. Who is Chris? Thanks for the Superman. Mr. Puppy with a $10 holla says, gave Marvel Zombies 2 episodes and I was done. That shit was ass. What the fuck were they thinking releasing that nonsense? Even Grace couldn't last 15 minutes. Well, that's like personal, you know, we don't put people's business out there. But I love you. Nerd Vengeance for life. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, I will talk about Marvel Zombies a little bit later. I also thought that shit was ass, which is kind of unfortunate. Did any of you guys like Marvel Zombies though? I didn't think it was that show. I thought it was pretty ass. I thought it was pretty ass. I like the last 2 episodes. Okay. Marvel Zombies was crazy. Okay. It was horseshit. Don't forget, Josh hates everything. That's not true. I don't hate everything. That's not true. I literally, you know what's so funny is like people are so selective, and I know it's just, this is probably rage bait. This is probably rage bait. You got me again, chat. You motherfuckers with your rage baiting asses. Listen, Linda, that's not true. I get a bunch of shit because I actually thought Thunderbolts was incredible, and like the Thunderbolts might be top 10 MCU. Like it's really, really good, and everybody's like, "Oh, Josh just likes fucking Marvel. Anything with fucking Marvel on it, he likes it. Here he goes again." And then, Marvel Zombies, which I got. I mean, I don't want to get started on it. I've got a whole segment here. Okay, I'm going to clip out how fucking mad I am about Marvel Zombies. But the TLDR version of this, the short version is, they fooled me with that trailer, bro. They fooled me with that fucking trailer, and I was like, we'll do watch parties for it. Let's bring watch parties back. And yeah, so I have some thoughts on Marvel Zombies. Greg says, hey, Josh, hope you're having a great day. Thanks, brother. I am. I hope you're having a great day, too. Did you guys have a good week? You guys all right? They fooled us all. Yeah. Man. That was a very good trailer. I'll say that. That was a very good trailer. I love how, like, the marketing department's like, oh, you want to sell this thing? Well, we should probably hide the fact that it's about these characters. We should probably not put it up front that it's actually these characters are the main characters. You know what I mean? Like, what if we had Spider-Man ripping motherfucking heads off? Oh, and then that really cool part that's like the only part that's good with Moon Knight Blade. We gotta end the trailer on that. Fuck out of here! I'm so sick of this shit. Huh? Yeah, bro, I'm with you on Zombies. I was so excited. Not anymore. Boo. Sorry, brother. I can't even finish it. Doesn't hold my attention at all. Yeah. But they'll call me toxic. You know what I mean, Bianca? They'll say, Josh, you're just a toxic white male. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. And then Blade got like one fight where he was really doing stuff. Oh, yeah. Was he doing, like, are you talking about a different one or the one from the first episode? Because all I watched was the first episode, just to be honest with you. That's all I watched. Yeah. Why is Kevin so obsessed with Kamala? I don't know. Because we can't have it all, because no timeline is perfect, because the other shoe always drops. I don't know. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? American Pride with the $20 holla. Appreciate you, brother. Says, I'm so happy you came back to Nerd Theory. You're hilarious. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate the support. I'm happy, too. I was thinking yesterday, I took some time yesterday to brainstorm, and I was, like, writing some videos. Actually, this is a good time to say it. I record a 34-minute Den of Nerds video, and it's, like, good, dude. Like, no bullshit, like, through the whole John, like a 34-minute fucking video. Can anybody guess what it is? Can anybody guess what the 34-minute video is? But anyway, I was working on vids yesterday, and I was also brainstorming and stuff, and so I was thinking about what I want to do on Monday with Nerd Theory. I'd love to throw some ideas at Theory. I thought it was a good show Monday. It's kind of like just a comeback thing, but I'd like to add a little bit of structure here and there. So yeah, and you know what? Maybe we'll talk about some of the stuff we're going to talk about today, about Ahsoka, because the very good source, the source that came through and dropped all the crazy shit back in the day, the OG source, it's an old code, sir, but it checks out source. You know the one I'm talking about, super secret, crazy good source. Another signal arrived. Another signal arrived. And so we have shit to talk about today. So that'd be cool. Maybe we'll talk more about some of that on Monday with Nerd Theory for sure. Can you do a Peacemaker watch along stream? Unfortunately, I cannot, brother. When are they starting to shoot Secret Wars? Well, they're going to do additional photography on Doomsday first, and then they'll do Secret Wars, but yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate you. Marvel Zombies ending was kind of dumb. I don't know. I'll speak more to it in a second here, but does anybody know what the 34-minute video could be about? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? 34 minutes on how DC is better than Marvel? No, but you know what? That's not a bad idea. I think we need a little bit better framing than that, something juicy, but yeah. So the video, which will probably drop either Sunday or Monday at this point, because it's going to take a lot of editing. No, the video is an extensive breakdown of all of the Doomsday leaks, but we go, the structure of the video is really interesting. We go from the early leaks, like when the announcement first came out, what were people saying? And then throughout the video, I kind of explained like, okay, so now what do we think about this now though? Like a year later. So I break it up into 3 parts. The first part is the early leaks. The second part is all of the leaks that happened while shooting. And then the third part is kind of like, what do I think of it now? And I will also say this. You should watch the video. It's very good. It's very accurate. And it includes stuff. It includes very recent information that motherfuckers don't even know publicly yet. But maybe they will soon in the next couple of days. So yeah, it's cool. It's a good video, man. I think it's gonna be juicy, and I'm hoping to drop that on Monday or Sunday or Monday. But yeah, it's like literally because it wrapped filming. We basically have all the info that we now currently have, and it's been a crazy year. You know, when you think about it, that shit happened in 2024, summer of 2024. Downey comes out. And there's a lot that happens, you know, right around then, a lot of things that people were saying, and it's been over a year, and, you know, the shoot has been extended by quite a bit, but essentially the news cycle has remained just constantly around this movie and what it's doing and what are the things. And so I thought it would be interesting to give you a comprehensive look. Yeah, it's a juicy boy, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. Oh, no. I'm not a scooper, but I am a good aggregator, and I think I'm good at keeping track of all this sort of stuff and trying to figure out what is real and what is not real. And so it's kind of interesting. I mean, yeah, that's all I can say about it for now. I might have more to say about this soon if some other stuff comes out. I'm kind of playing the waiting game here on some stuff. But, you know, it's crazy, like, when it rains, it pours, because I had, like, all this stuff come in, and then I talked to the old Star Wars source, which was awesome, and the old Star Wars source even gave me a little bit of the Marvel juice, so we got a lot to get into today. Yeah. Yeah, how will my wife know money was spent on V-Bucks? Shreddy, you ain't got no wife, motherfucker. Don't be fucking fooling around like that, man. You know, jeez, come on, bro. You're like Roka, not a scooper, but sometimes you hear stuff. Oh yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. When you're doing it as long as I have, people will know that you do this, and they'll reach out to you and try to tell you some stuff. And then you build up relationships and whatnot over time, and that's it. There you go. Are we still getting a Blade movie? I would imagine we're still getting a Blade movie. Yeah. On Monday, can you, in theory, do a deep dive on what went wrong with the sequel trilogy? Oh, man, absolutely not. No way. I mean, I think I don't know, man. I mean, I think one of the things I'm kind of thinking is, like, I'd like to get away from that conversation as much as possible. I think one of the issues with Star Wars, and it's nobody's fault, really. I mean, fuck, it is somebody's fault. It's Kathleen Kennedy's fault, really. But Star Wars has become like a lot of the same conversation over and over again. You know what I mean? I'm pretty uninterested in having that combo. You know? Did you hear about World War Hulk still might be a thing? Oh, yeah. I mean, I would imagine when people say that, they expect it past Doomsday, Secret Wars, and all of that, and they're thinking maybe in the MCU reset or reboot or whatever. But yeah, I've heard all about that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I know all about that shit, you know? I know things. I know things. Hey, chat, y'all got some plans for the weekend? What are you guys doing for the weekend? Anybody doing anything really cool? Anybody else doing anything really, really cool? Oh, yeah, we got some Toby shit to go over today. We sure do. We sure do. Y'all should rank best to worst Star Wars movies? Yeah, something like that could be work. Oh, come on, man. UFC, yeah, in Perth, right? Apparently nobody's going to that. Coaching football? Nice, man. I'm getting a fucking haircut. Okay, I mean, I don't understand why you need to have the expletive there. You know, or is this a thing? Like, where are you at again? You down south? Is that a thing? A fucking haircut? Is that like a happy ending? Maybe I just don't understand the lingo. Lou says, with my 4th child on the way and work being crazy, thanks for the entertaining distraction from the real world crap. Nerd fathers for life. Hey, Lou, I appreciate it, man. 4, huh? Dang, we got to catch up over here. Slacking over here, man, you know? But hell yeah, brother. Appreciate you. Look, I am happy to be here. I'm happy to have this job. I take it seriously, and I don't take it for granted. I know I've been missing a lot of streams, and I know it might feel to some of you that I don't care or that I'm backed off of content. It's actually the opposite of that. I'm actually cooking a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to take time to come up with really good ideas so that we can actually have really good experiences, you know, and continue to have fun and continue to do this journey. Content's interesting, so thank you. Hey, thank you, chat. Thank you. Kaylin says, I'm off work today, heading to Chicago now to record some new music. Ooh, okay. You got some nerdy bars, man? And where are you at on your Warhammer journey? Just interested. My hair is pissing me off. Okay, Josh. Well, look, man, as one Josh to another, my hair is always pissing me off. But I try not to think about it, look at it, or fuck with it. So, but hell yeah. Corey says, good morning, Nerd Vengers. I hope you're doing good, Josh. I'm going to see Toby's Spider-Man trilogy in theaters each day this week. Wait, what? That sounds awesome. How you doing that? How you pulling that off? What's the deal with that? Wish my hair wasn't thinning or I'd be right there with you. Well, I'll tell you this, you know, a little confession. This is my confession. Josh is the greatest retired, non-retired YouTuber of all time. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I do have some gray hairs coming in, chat. Yep. I got some gray hairs coming in, and it's all because of Athena. Like, life can be stressful. Chat can be stressful. My son, you know, having a kid was stressful. Oh, I know. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You guys are fucking crazy. Probably your fault as well. But really, man, my daughter, she is just a pistol, brother. She's a pistol, and she do not care. Down low or up top? I'll never admit that for free. You think Spider-Man and Punisher are going to make coffee in the new movie? Yeah, I hope so. Punisher's coffee is strong, man. You know, he has that military grade, like... do a tier list on Nerd Theory of the most kissable Star Wars characters. Not a bad idea. Kaylin says, maybe I should come up with a Den of Nerds intro. I'm still on Space Marines for Snore Hammer. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Throw something together, man. I'm always open to see what you got, you know? Something that would bop, that would get us feeling good, you know? I just got here. What's the big secret? Don't lie. Maybe I will lie, and maybe I can't say it because it's a big secret. Also, I saw how famous you are on Instagram now, Tony, and it makes me fucking sick. What the fuck? Now I'm going to start opening cards. Nah, I'm just kidding, brother. Good for you. Grogu marketing sadly works. My girlfriend is excited to see Grogu on the big screen. She like Tylenol. No, I'm just fucking with you. Hey, it's Friday. Hey, everybody, relax. Everybody relax. No, that's cool, man. It's cool that she likes Grogu, you know? No big deal. It's Friday. Dude, I'm feeling wild. I gotta tell you guys, I'm feeling wild. I'm feeling crazy today. I don't know what it is. Something in the air, something in the water. Bro, what's the secret? Oh, y'all want to know the secret? Y'all want to know? They ran an AI check of those leaked photos, came back as 100% real. Straddle up. I mean, I was with you until the end there, brother. You know, straddle up is that straddle up at 11:22 in the morning is wild. Straddle up. They used AI to confirm that those photos were actually real. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so straddle up. What? Straddle up, boys. Bro, I'm just hyped with Spider-Man is going to stop the Punisher from killing, man. Yeah, that'll probably happen. Yep. I just want the child to have a growth spurt and do some cool Jedi shit. You're talking about Grogu? Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? You know, maybe that's what they should do. Because, let's be honest, like, we could pretty much see what's coming with Grogu a million miles away, but maybe they could try something different where he hits this crazy growth spurt and he gets, like, big, dude. Like, he's huge. Like, he's the size of, like he's like a big hulking Grogu. And his voice gets, like, hella deep, dude. That shit would be hype, bro. Yeah, man. Dude, like 6'7" at least. Jacked to the gills, you know? Mm-hmm. That's nightmare fuel? Hell yeah. Riley says, Nervous for life. That's it. That's the chat. Much love. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Sells more small. I don't know. I think Star Wars has a testosterone problem. I think Star Wars could use some masculine energy. I think a jack to the gills, fucking hyper violent, crazy, angry Grogu. Straddle up. You know what I'm saying? Like, straddle up. Yeah, like Jabba's yoked son. But that's what I mean. It's like, if we're gonna do the Hutt and he's all jacked to the gills, then why not? Let's get fucking baby Grogu jacked, man. Get him under a barbell, you know? Dun 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 dun. And they could go around the galaxy and all the characters would be like, holy shit, is that Grogu? He's big as fuck these days, you know? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Grogu rolls up on that one planet, and there's all those eggs. And they're like, oh shit, he's fucking jacked now. You know? Hell yeah. This is all good stuff. You know, sometimes people are like, I don't know if there's hope for Star Wars. Straddle up. Thoughts on the Wolverine game? It looks cool, man. Looks really cool. I'm excited for it, actually. He's jacked now? He's jacked now. He's jacked now. Exactly. Straddle up. Holy shit. Okay. Should we get into some secret telling? Should I tell you some secrets about Ahsoka? Ahsoka? And all that shit? All right, let me find something. Let me find something for your ass. This is crazy. So crazy. It's so crazy. I can't believe it's getting so crazy in here. Okay, let's talk about Ahsoka Season 2, man. Now, I promised you guys secrets and scoops and twists and turns and crazy shit, and that is true. But I wanted to tell you that the timing on this is kind of interesting because this dude, Jamie Parker, who I don't know at all, actually, literally, maybe I've seen him before in some other videos or something like that, but like name doesn't ring a bell, face doesn't bring anything to mind or whatever. But I did randomly see this guy, though, yesterday because he was honored to visit the set of Ahsoka Season 2 for CBR, and they were cool enough to let me borrow Ahsoka's saber. So, pretty interesting. They have journalists visiting the set of Ahsoka Season 2. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. You know, the truth of the matter is, guys, I'm pretty out when it comes to Star Wars, right? I have not been following it. I haven't been checking out with sources. I don't even know the release schedule of things. I don't know the filming schedule of things. I'm way the fuck out when it comes to Star Wars. But as you know, I've returned to Nerd Theory, and Star Wars Theory and I are back together again. The boys are back. We're making some content here. I'm trying to reacclimate myself to like what is going on with Star Wars. On Monday, we talked a little bit about Ahsoka. I think it came up like, when is it done? I know they had been shooting for some time. I had assumed they were done, but this here kind of makes me think maybe they're just starting, or maybe they're just getting started into the real serious shooting of this whole thing here. And so you have this, okay? So this is what is official out there. They are filming. Now, what I think is pretty crazy about this is that I actually did get hit up by a very good, a very old source. Now, this is a source that I don't talk to all the time. This is a source that gave me really good info on Ahsoka Season 1. And this is a source that earlier this year gave me some incredible stuff for Ahsoka Season 2. This includes stuff about the father, the brother, the daughter. It had stuff like the Maul show and how the next big animated series was going to be about Maul, which got confirmed like a couple of weeks later. This source is really, really good. Okay. And so they hit me up again. They hit me up again with some really cool info with regards to Ahsoka Season 2. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to drag this out for a little bit. Some of you guys have been in here and you really want to know. You really want to know. I'm going to drag it out for just a little bit here. I want to know, chat, though. You guys tell me, like, where are you at with Ahsoka? Where's your hype level with Ahsoka? Because I totally understand that first season was shaky, but obviously it had some crazy shit in it, right? It had Anakin coming back. It had all this cool stuff in Peridia. I think maybe one of the coolest new characters ever in Baylan Skoll and that. And for me personally, Ahsoka was really special. I liked it a lot. I was ultimately let down with mostly just the finale, but really the way that the show ended. But I had a great fucking time as a Star Wars fan, man. And I love the character, and I'm very excited to see where all of this is going. Okay, so it seems like people are excited. People are pretty hyped up. Okay, so let me get into this. Let me tell you the two main things that I was told about Ahsoka Season 2. By the way, I have no reason to doubt this source, and I would imagine after I talk about this, other people might be willing to open up a little bit more about it. I guess I'll say spoiler warning. I don't know how spoilery this is for people. It's hard for me to gauge that kind of stuff. Maybe if you don't want any spoilers at all, get on out of here or whatever. I would say this. I think this is pretty crazy. I think it's so crazy that a lot of people are not going to believe this, actually. I think a lot of people are going to hear what I say and literally not believe it. But we'll get into it and we'll explain what it means. Okay. So, first part here is that a huge fight sequence was just filmed. Okay, a massive fight sequence was just done on this set, and I wonder if they timed up the journalists going there for this fight sequence or to be done with this fight sequence, right? Because they just, from what I understand, they just got done filming an absolutely massive fucking fight sequence, okay? And it is between two characters. I'm going to tell you one of the characters, and then you tell me which one you think, what's the other character, okay? So the first character involved in this massive fight sequence is Baylan Skoll, Okay. So they just got done filming a massive fucking fight sequence with Baylan Skoll. Who's the other character? Who's the other character? A lot of different things. Hondo, no. The Son, it's an interesting one. Obi-Wan, that's interesting. Some people saying Anakin, that's interesting. Captain America, definitely. Mr. Fantastic, 100%. Kathleen Kennedy, hell yeah. No, that's what it is, actually. Good. I didn't think anybody would guess it, but yes, it's Kathleen. No, it's not Kathleen Kennedy. Abeloth, no. Okay. So, it's funny that none of you said Ahsoka. Like, isn't that wild? I mean, none of you motherfuckers said Ahsoka, right? Isn't that interesting? You would imagine in the Ahsoka show, Baylan, who had 2 massive fights against Ahsoka in the first season, would probably have a big fight, versus her. Oh, some people did? Okay. Yeah. I would imagine most people would say, okay, big fight with Baylan. That's probably going to be Ahsoka, first of all, right, would be the main pick. Then after that, I'd probably be like, I don't know. And none of you guys said Shin either, which I think is pretty interesting, right? But I'd say maybe Shin's an interesting choice, as she seems to be on some kind of a path to conflict with him. And the old master and this, that, second, and the third could be interesting, but nobody said that either. Yeah, I'm surprised at how many of you, and maybe it's just because, like, maybe I had kind of hinted at this in the other leaks that I had talked about, right, when I had talked about how involved Anakin was going to be in the show, but it is reportedly Anakin. So I want you to really think about this, okay? So they just filmed a massive fight sequence between Baylan and Anakin. Does anybody even realize how insane that is and why that's insane? So a massive fight sequence between Baylan and Anakin. Wait a minute. How could that be? How could that be? Okay, so there's a couple of interesting ways that this could happen, right? I suppose one could be that this would happen in the world between worlds. Like, maybe what's happening here is Baylan somehow, some way gets access into the world between worlds, or perhaps what's going on with Peridia and wherever Baylan is being called to or whatever has some kind of access. Like, you can imagine like an astral plane fight. If you've ever watched the show Legion, or even just some other X-Men stuff or read X-Men comics, you'll often have psychics battle on like the astral plane, right? The world between worlds is something similar to that in Star Wars. And so maybe you could have Anakin and Baylan fighting via the astral plane, via the world between worlds, right? That could absolutely be something that's going on. But you know what else happened? There's that book, right? There's a recent book where Luke Skywalker, I believe, is on Tython, isn't he? And there's like these Sith spirits, or these ghost spirits that are like attacking Luke, and they're like actual danger. And Anakin appears as a ghost and actually physically fights against them. Somehow, like, actually manifesting and fighting in that book. And it's interesting because this is clearly something that they were cooking behind the scenes. Like, they want something with Anakin. And as I said before, like, dude, they're doing a lot with Anakin. And I would imagine they want to do more with Anakin past this into other things as well. And they might even be like testing the waters for just how weird and just how crazy they could get with Anakin, right? But just given everything that I know about the show and everything, it's like, okay, so this probably has something to do with the mother, Abeloth. This has something to do with the ones and the ones fighting against it. Now, in the old lore, right, in the old EU and these books that sort of talked about this, Abeloth is essentially at first a mortal servant to the ones. And it's implied that they were on a planet at a place. And they all love her. The son loves her. The daughter loves her. She had this uncanny ability to kind of make everything mesh together, right? She was just like really good at making that whole unit work together. There was a time where she was aging and getting old, and then the children were pleading with the father to like make the mother immortal so that the mother could stay with them forever. And while that was going on, the mother like sneaks into this secretive place. She drinks of this forbidden well. She looks into this forbidden mirror thing, and she gains cosmic knowledge. Now, she does become immortal, but she also kind of like becomes like a witch, essentially, like this eldritch horror, dark side goddess, this like horrific, corrupted thing. And it's so bad that the ones have to leave. And in the old lore, that's why they leave the planet and they go to Mortis, which is supposed to be canon to when Obi-Wan and Anakin and them meet up with the Mortis gods in Clone Wars. Because as I've brought up before, and maybe I should just bring this interview up again for you guys. Maybe I'll bring this up on Nerd Theory and we can go over it, right? Because I think it's just a really interesting concept. But when these authors were working on the idea of Abeloth and they were playing around with the ideas of the ones, it was right around the time that Dave was working on that same lore in the Clone Wars show. They had correspondence, a lot of back and forth, and they collaborated so that their lore would match up together. Dave was already cooking a character similar to Abeloth, which is really fascinating and interesting. But they had like what they thought the ones were, what they thought Abeloth was, what all of this stuff was. That story basically is the one that I just told you with like there was a planet, leaves, Mortis. It's meant to connect. Dave made those episodes to actually make it feel like it all connects and it's all the same canon. So it's fascinating that Anakin, right, is set up all the way back in Clone Wars in that Mortis function. And now we're getting that paid off in Peridia with the father, the son, the daughter, and potentially the mother, right, with Abeloth, and all of this going down. Man. So, you know, I guess where our heads probably naturally go, this is where my head goes. I wonder what you guys think, but where my head kind of goes is like, bro, are we going to get Anakin, the father, somehow able to manifest and use his godlike abilities and powers? And is he going to be fighting against Balin, who is jacked to the gills on dark side energy, corrupted by Abeloth, and is some kind of force of nature? Are we going to get like the chosen one, godlike version of Anakin versus some hellish, devilish version of Balin that's corrupted by the mother? Man. The other thing I want to say here is, and this is just the second part of what the person, what the source told me, was that Anakin's, Hayden's stunt double is doing an incredible amount of work right now. And it's not as big of a deal as the first one, right? But it just, the reason I want to bring this up, what I want to tell you is, they just got done filming this massive sequence with Balin and Anakin. And from what I understand it, Anakin's stunt double is doing an incredible amount of work even past that sequence, which means that whatever action Anakin is getting involved in is going to be extensive. Now, some of this can be World Between Worlds, right? Because remember, he does do the World Between Worlds thing. It takes Ahsoka in there. There's action in there. There's Clone Wars flashbacks. There's all sorts of crazy stuff. I would imagine Ahsoka must be shown stuff about Mortis, which is potentially when we get these Mortis flashback sequences, right? And there'll likely be action there. So maybe Hayden's stunt double is just doing a ton of work there. But it is literally starting to feel, just from what I'm hearing, that like Anakin and Hayden are basically like an actual character in this thing. And they're back. And he's not just Force Ghost Obi-Wan to them, but he's like Force Ghost Obi-Wan that's there to fight, in a sense, like Gandalf the White. And my God, that is just, I think it's so cool. I'm really interested in how other people will take it, like what the fans will think about it. You know, it's bold for sure. It's like, oh my God, are they really going to just like, really Anakin? Like just the whole way, like he's just back? I mean, dude, if you watch that first season, you kind of look at how Dave's been moving on this kind of stuff. You look at what's going on with Hayden. Yeah. Yeah, I very much think this is what they're cooking, and I think Hayden will be back in a lot of places here. Now, the question is, right, is this just something that's going to happen sort of contained to Ahsoka? Do they defeat the mother, and then is that it for Anakin, right? Because, sure, maybe that's what it is. Or is Anakin not done? Is Dave doing something that's going to connect Anakin to the other stuff that they're building? As CCO, of course, Dave has purview over everything that they're doing now. Is there something going on with the Skywalker line? And are we going to get a Cade Skywalker and Anakin scene in Sean Levy's movie? And I know it sounds fucking ridiculous, right? But what is happening there? What is this? And if there is, and this is a far out idea, I'm not even suggesting that this is actually real here, right? But if there is an effort to connect Rey to Abeloth some way, which again, like, just seems so crazy. It's so far out there. But if there is an effort to connect Rey to Abeloth, all of a sudden, like, I don't know. I feel like that anchors Rey to the canon in a more interesting way than whatever the fuck they try to do with, like, Palpatine, Kenobi, and the Skywalker name, you know? I mean, holy shit. What if she is somehow connected to it? And what if she's somehow, like, they can't let her be, or they got to stop her, or the new Skywalker's like, I don't know about all this shit. We'll just see. But the main thing to take away is that they're going for it with Anakin in Ahsoka Season 2. And I think it's awesome. I think we're at a place with Star Wars where just get weird and go crazy. And look, man, I know Andor has its fans, and I don't want to make this into a whole, like, anti-Andor thing, right? But Star Wars is fantasy, brother. You know what I mean? Like, Star Wars is fucking fantasy. I mean, it is wizards in space. It's the hero's journey. It's trying to bring your loved one back to life. It's resurrections and Lich Kings that survive. It's I want this. I want this. I want the fucking Pantheon. I want the Celestials. I want the space gods. I want Anakin back. I want it to get weird as shit. I want the fucking one, the father, the daughter, the mother. I want Abeloth to connect to Rey. I want it to get real weird, crazy, trippy, and cosmic. I want that shit. To me, that's what Star Wars is. That is what I want them to do. So, I don't know. Just want to talk about this a little bit again. We'll talk more about it on Monday with Nerd Theory, but it's interesting that this guy is going to the set, as I'm hearing from very good sources, about some of the stuff that they are putting into Ahsoka Season 2. Let's open it up to chat a little bit. Guys, what do you think of this? Before I cut the segment here, what do you make of this shit? You think it's too crazy? Do you want more Anakin? Should they let it go? What are you guys thinking out there? I want Starkiller to show up and slay Abeloth and fight Ahsoka. I mean, that is pretty wild. You know, that's wild. That's even more wild than what I was hoping for, but yeah. Will Luke show up? I've heard nothing about Luke in this show. No, nothing about it. Not to say that it won't be a thing, but yeah, sounds dope. Let's move on, you motherfucker. Abeloth shows Balin how evil she is by using Shin as her vessel instead of him. Yeah, possibly, I suppose, yeah. They need to go crazy. The Empire versus Rebel stuff is getting stale. It is getting a little stale, yeah. Anything about Palps? Nothing that I've heard, no. Who does the brother corrupt? You think the brother will corrupt Balin to unlock Abeloth? So, what I would tell you is, I have to go back and see what I'm actually. This is gonna sound so lame, but there's something I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to say. So I don't want to like accidentally say that thing. Yeah. Okay, so how about this? Let's talk about just the structure of the pantheon. The four, if you think about the ones, right? You think about the Celestials. You have the Father, who kind of represents the balancing of his children, which is the light and the dark side. And this is kind of like a high level idea, right? But the absence of the dark does not mean balance. Balance is actually the balance of light and dark. And they touch on this a little bit in The Last Jedi. Of course, they fuck it up, right? But this idea of like life and death, the ever flow of the energy, the exchange, right? Things go from light to dark. But that's not Abeloth. Abeloth is this out of balance corruption. She represents the dark side unbalanced, unabated, right? And so maybe it's more the case that she doesn't need to corrupt the brother. What she needs to do is elevate the brother against the sister and the father. And maybe I've said too much. You know what I mean? Does that, you know what I'm saying? Hypothetically speaking, of course. The one's connection to the wills? Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe. That would be cool. I like the wills as a concept. I definitely do. I think it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Jay Lavin says, with a $10 holla, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Says, why do you think they are keeping Solidarity Man in Doomsday such a secret? What the fuck, brother? What the fuck are you saying right now, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean, man? Hey, I appreciate the 10 spot. I think you meant to say Spider-Man, not Solidarity Man. Yeah, probably Solidarity Man. Yeah. Hey, I don't know why they don't have him in there, you know? Yeah. Appreciate you, though. According to Lucas, balance is the absence of the dark. The dark side is the corruption of the Force. I think that's an oversimplification of what... I mean, I think I know what you're referring to with what George said there, but, yeah. No, Solidarity Man is new. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, what's this? All caps, Justin says, I don't give a fuck, just make it happen. Make Anakin and Ahsoka the center. Bring me Abeloth is all-star Star Wars going for itself. Cancel all this random dog shit. Go all in. Hell yeah. We're all fighting our own little silent battles. Fair. Yeah, fair. For the main galaxy storyline for season 2, we need Ezra seeking out Luke. That's how you bring Luke into the story. That would be cool. Yeah, I would like that. We'll see if that's what they're cooking, yeah. George meant not the dark side cannot rule, not that it cannot exist. Yeah. Again, I don't know exactly what you're referring to, you know? The Last Jedi scene where Rey goes straight into the dock, that could be Abeloth corruption. Yep. I would really like that, actually, if they connected it all to Abeloth, as long as they set up like some other wider, bigger conflict, right? Which maybe they are doing. You know, there's some evidence. I don't know. We'll see, right? Yeah, Solidarity Man. That's a new one, brother. That you definitely gave me a good chuckle on that one. Yeah. It's not his fault. The chat box for supers sucks sometimes with autocorrect. Yes, I know. I'm not trying to make fun of him. Building to Anakin and Luke meeting is the way to go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Anakin himself, especially just because Hayden's so good, and Hayden can do so much right now. I think having Hayden back in a big way is very good. I think it's a very good idea. Yeah. Do you think Josh is more light side or dark side vibes? That's a good question, chat. Do you think I'm light side vibes or dark side vibes? Just be honest. What do you think? Solidarity Man coming to Unity confirmed? 100% confirmed, bro. 100%. Rossi says, there any word on if Ahsoka is the final season? You know what? That's kind of interesting. I haven't heard much about this. I think most of us are assuming it is. Not because, well, because like there was even maybe not going to be a second season, right? And then I think this will sort of go into the movie, to Dave's movie. So that's kind of the trajectory I think it's on. Maybe is Luke guarding the dark side cave on Ock 2? Is that maybe where they imprisoned Abeloth after this event or something similar? Ooh, now wouldn't that be something? Ooh, now wouldn't that be something? Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting. Dark side vibes? You think I got the dark side vibes? The hell? You're more of a light side who likes to dabble in the dark like Mace. Yeah, that feels right, yeah. Light side deep down. Hey, thanks, man. Demoria says Marvel Zombies is a 6 out of 10 solely because of Kamala Khan. Hopefully, this is her farewell as a main character. Everything else, 8 aside from that choice. Interesting. Yeah. I could get down with that, man. I'll talk about zombies in a little bit here, but appreciate the 5, man. Do you think Filoni would need a high budget for his Heir to the Empire movie? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a couple hundred millies. Give the boy a couple hundred millies. That's what I say. Does Mando have to do well for a Rebels movie to happen? No, but it wouldn't hurt. I mean, for sure. Josh is more of a scoundrel than a Jedi or a Sith, 100%. What the fuck are you telling me? A scoundrel? Yeah, you're probably right, though. I just noticed the rando DBZ figure over there. Hey, somebody finally noticed little Goku. Let's go. Little Goku. Ow, ow. Yeah, I'm going to start putting random stuff up there. Ventress, Abeloth, Starkiller, Luke, Ezra, Ahsoka, Sabine, Balin, Showdown, incoming, wanting to build maybe the next 6 years. I mean, I like where your head's at. It's kind of fun, man. Javier Mendez, thank you for the $2 holla, man. Appreciate it. I mean, you are scruffy looking, bro. Nerf herder. What the fuck? Never tell me the odds. Meant Spider-Man, Josh. Hey, it's all good, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Much love, man. Josh is a deplorable. Hey, you don't say that, Josh. The fuck? Did you see Vision Season 3? I did. Should we talk about that next? Yeah, we can talk about that. No more thoughts on Ahsoka Season 2, chat? Holy shit. 27 minutes. God damn, we've been yapping on this. I thought we were going for like 5. Holy. George says true balance is resisting the dark. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Who you calling scruffy looking? Should we talk about Visions? Then I'm going to be honest with you. That was 27 minutes. It kind of makes me think I'm done for the day. Like, I didn't realize I put that much work in. It might be time to call it a day. Let's call it a day. God, can we address something else too? I'm getting fat again. Let's just put it out there, okay? I gotta get back in the gym, okay? Let's get back in the gym. I gotta get serious about my cardio again. I gotta stop with all the late night snacks. Okay, I'm getting fat as fuck again over here, okay? All right? Shit. I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna get back in there. I'll let you guys know on Monday. We'll get. Oh, you know what? Speaking of being fat as fuck, let's do the breakfast sandwich ranking stream tomorrow morning. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's aim for 10 a.m. tomorrow. You've always been kind of fat. Get him out of here. Get the fucking guy out of here. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let's do the breakfast sandwich ranking for everybody. Okay, 10 a.m. Let's get fat as fuck tomorrow. 18% chance this stream happens. Yeah, that's generous. And you know what else I was kind of feeling too? You know what else I was kind of feeling? I was thinking we could have mimosas. You know? Make it like a fucking bunch of millennials going to brunch. You know what I mean? We could smash mimosas, see how many of them it takes for me to get wasted. And I'll just slam mimosas and eat fucking fast food breakfast sandwiches. I'll put my pinky out for you if it makes you feel better. Doesn't that seem kind of fun? Slamming mimosas, pinky out. Pinky out, baby. Zach Tack says, if you could develop a Darth Revan project, how would you do it? And what would be the story? Man, fuck Darth Revan. I don't give a fuck about Revan. Stupid, goofy ass, bounty hunter looking fucking two lightsaber punk ass, stupid ass, overrated Jedi, Sith, flip flop, and no. Fuck Revan, man. Bitch ass Revan. Diamond Lounge incoming. I don't know what that is, man. I don't know what that is. Nah, Revan's all right, I guess. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just feeling crazy. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling wild. You hit me with this shit. It's like you wanted me to go high. I had to go low. Okay, you wanted me to gush. You wanted me to glaze. I had to take it the other way. Okay, you wanted to juke. I had to jive. You wanted to zip. I had to zag. Okay, I don't know why I'm like this. Zach says, okay, what Star Wars movie would you make? Man, fuck Star Wars. Stupid ass, overrated ass, stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Let's calm down. I'd make a Revan project, obviously, bro. Duh. Come on, Zach. Don't be silly. Yeah, Revan's a really interesting one. I'd probably make that as a movie. Should we talk about Visions? Do y'all want to talk about Visions? So, man, it's been so fun coming back to Star Wars. You know, I took a little bit of a break there, you know. Actually, basically since Ahsoka Season 1, right? And I've been on a little bit of a break. You know, I tried some stuff here and there. But, you know, coming back to Nerd Theory. And they dropped a trailer that day for Star Wars. And, God, it's just been so great to be back in the swing of it, back in the fold, as it were, with all the Star Wars fans as they bitch and moan and complain and whinge and whine and fucking cry and complain about Star Wars. Man, holy shit. I told you guys I put it in a video or whatever, but like, dude, it's crazy how bad the response was for the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. I couldn't have I mean, I knew the shit was bad, right? Like, I knew fucking Star Wars was cooked. Why do you think I walked the fuck away? Okay? But holy fuck, I did not expect it to be this bad. You have all these positive people, like basically a bunch of people that used to be really positive about Star Wars, literally just being like, I feel nothing. Like, dead ass, man. You know what I mean? Like, you just look Mandalorian Grogu, just look it up on your Twitter, right? Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay? And you just scroll down here. The thing is, Grogu wasn't just there to sell cute. Oh, wait, that's, you know, there's some problematic stuff too. Yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild, the negativity that I've seen for it. And I didn't expect it. Okay, so in all seriousness, it's just kind of crazy getting back into the swing of it with Star Wars. And we got another one today. And it's Visions, Star Wars Visions, which, look, I'm going to be honest, and maybe it's just because I've been gone or whatever, since you've been gone, I actually think this looks kind of fucking cool, man. I think this looks kind of cool. So can we watch this? Let's watch the trailer together here for Visions. Let's break it down a little bit. But really, you know what I got to know? I got to know what you guys are thinking and feeling about this. Because, like, is this just going to be the whole thing where... All right, let's hang on. Let's watch it. Here we go.
The path ahead seems so bright with possibility.
There are some things you can believe in, even if you can't see them.
It's all connected.
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
Try not to die. Simple, right?
Let's go!
Trust in the Force and its energy, which binds all living things.
Boom!
There is no balance without the light and the dark.
Show me the way.
So again, it's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, I came back into Star Wars and we got that trailer for Mando Grogu, and we have new Star Wars content coming at the end of October, right? And just, whoa, you know, Star Wars Visions Season 3, I think it looks cool. I gotta ask though, chat, and I'll just let it kind of play again here in the background. Chat, what do you guys think? Like, how are you guys feeling about this? Like, is it dope? Is this bullshit? Like, what are you guys thinking about this? Because I think it looks good, you know, and I'm clearly in a different place than a lot of other Star Wars fans that have been just in it or whatever. But yeah, what do you guys think? You know, I thought the first season was cool. There were some misses for sure. The second season did feel kind of like a step down for me with Visions, but I'm still excited for the third, you know, and to see what does this actually look like, you know? There's a continuation of a couple of the stories, returning studios. Yeah, I'm interested in everything Star Wars except Mando and Grogu. Damn. Read my member chat. TF? What do you mean? I'll read it. I'll go back and read it in a second. Doesn't look like Old Republic to me. Well, it's all over the timeline, right? So it's not necessarily all Old Republic timeline, but yeah. They're tapping into the anime zeitgeist. Makes sense because of the current hype. Yeah, you know, I think the first season, again, held so much promise, and there was really some cool stuff in there. Not all of it worked for me, but I just thought it was really fun and experimental. The second season seemed a little derivative and lame, and there was some fun stuff in there, but I just didn't feel like they were going for it in the same way, right? This one feels more exciting just on its face. And I like the fact that they're continuing some of the stories that were popular, like this Ronin story. They did a whole novel, they did a whole comic book, like it's very popular. And so I think they're also continuing the Ninth Jedi storyline, which is interesting. It's a little bittersweet, like most things with Star Wars these days, because if things had been different, I think Visions could have been like an incubator for brilliant, awesome, cool things that Star Wars could be doing. You know, like this is their version of What If, essentially. And I think the only thing I wish for was that these studios and these other animations projects, the studio heads or whatever, just had more actual ability. You know, you almost get a sense that the thing that's holding back a lot of these animations is the stipulations and the notes from Lucasfilm. You know, I'm sorry. That's just the feeling that I get from it, is that based on the outside work, based on a lot of the issues that we see just in general for Star Wars under Disney, I'd have to imagine it's a Disney problem most of the time when these things don't go well. I almost wish they were more unabated, like getting into, you know, dare I say, like R-rated or genre blending mature stuff. I feel like this is the space and the area to do that. And what you get out of that potentially is some really interesting ideas, concepts, and just cool fantasy things that get brought into Star Wars. So one example I thought was so cool was how the lightsabers in The Ninth Jedi from season 1, how they change color when a Sith holds them. And that allowed for a very interesting reveal at the end of that episode where you find out the one character has gone dark side. And I was just like, whoa, that's really, really cool. And I'm sure there are other ones if I thought a little more about it. But I like this. You need that creative energy. You need the creative juice to come in there and shake things up and revitalize it. So I think it's cool, man. But ultimately, I guess the bummer is it does feel like with Star Wars itself, it's hard to just trust that the stuff that they're going to put out is going to be high quality. Again, I think there is a real concern that the maybe more dope stuff that these studios might want to do kind of gets pulled back on because of Kathleen Kennedy and Disney or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. And you know, we thought maybe there's nothing for Star Wars, right? Until we get into Ahsoka next year or whatever, or Maul next year. I think it's at least dope to have some content out there. I'll be interested in doing I almost said watch party, but I'm definitely going to watch it and at least give you guys my thoughts when it comes out. So yeah, chat. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, man? It works in anime, but not in canon. Well, yeah, there's probably always stuff like that, right? That works in animation, but maybe not in live action. Got me some Spider-Man MTG FOMO, baby. That's awesome. I'm a little, I don't know. I'm a little bummed about the Spider-Man stuff, to be honest with you, but yep. Watch party? No, I never said it. I never said it. I never said watch party. Okay, so some people said Nerd Vengeance ain't easy, but the squad stays strong. Nerd Vengeance for life. Zach Vengeance for life. Appreciate you, Brutal. And then somebody else said I missed one of their chats. Dirty says, oh, it made you laugh out loud? Nice. I'm glad, brother. I'm glad. Appreciate you guys. You just said it. No, I didn't say it. You said it. Would you do a White House UFC fight card prediction thing? What? Sounds wild, brother. Sounds a little wild to me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually excited for it. I just think it's sad, man. Star Wars is just doing its own thing here. I think that, you know, we talked about this yesterday a little bit. I think I got like really deep, talked about like root chakras and stuff. But I do think there's kind of like a root problem with Star Wars. And, you know, not for everybody. There's some people that are just going to accept whatever comes. And, you know, maybe certain stuff is cool and certain stuff they're not interested in. That's fine. But I think I just wish things were different. I wish Star Wars hadn't fucked everything up and divided its own fan base so much and hadn't played, you know, identity politics the way that it did, because it would be great if we could put all the bullshit aside and just be like, hey, you know what? Animation, especially animation around the world, because they tried like a bunch of European animation for season 2. But, you know, I think that the Japanese anime is just such a nice fit, right? Hey, anime's dope. Japanese animation is big right now. We found these incredible creators, and we gave them the ability to tell stories in the Star Wars universe. And that should pretty much be it. And then they should be able to do their thing and to thrive creatively and be incredible. And unfortunately, there's just a lot of reasons why people don't think that's what it is. And I think there's reasons to be skeptic that is what it is. But man, wouldn't it be great if we got back to that place where things were just driven creatively and we got to see interesting genres and interesting ideas and different creators tell Star Wars stories. Yeah. And yeah, so either way, I'm gonna check it out, man. When's the watch party, motherfucker? There ain't no watch party, bro. There ain't no watch party, brother. All right, Star Wars Vision Season 3 coming at you just a couple of months here, about a month actually. Interesting. I'm gonna check it out. Just checking. Mimosa Lounge stream tomorrow a.m. I mean, I might have some mimosas, and I might rank some breakfast sandwiches. Is that what you're asking me? Is that what you want to know about? Watch party. Watch party. K-pop Demon Hunters peak. K-pop Demon Hunters is dope. 100%. All right, can I fucking complain about Marvel Zombies real quick? All right, real quick, guys. How many of you guys watch Marvel Zombies? I just want to know. Throw a 1 into the chat if you watch Marvel Zombies. Oh, unfortunately, I got to bitch and moan and get super toxic and complain about Marvel Zombies. I'll try to make it brief, okay? Here's the thing. I'm really glad that I took yesterday off, and I'm glad that I put a little bit of space between when I watched this show and when I talked about it for the clips or for like my official statement on the record, whatever, right? Because some of you guys were there Wednesday night. Man, I had a crash out. I was really fucking bummed. Okay, I was really fucking bummed. But I want to I just want to explain why, and I'll try not to lose my mind. I'll just try to like, just say it, you know, just explain it to you. So I am on a Marvel break, a Disney Plus break, mostly because of Daredevil. The Daredevil show I thought was ass. It was terrible. And it's honestly just another one of those Marvel shows that, you know, you got hyped up. You thought it could be really, really cool. And it ends up just underwhelming as fuck. And so there's a lot of stuff in phase 4 and 5 that was tough, man. It was tough. And Daredevil was kind of a breaking point for me. I thought it was so fucking boring. I thought it was so stupid. And the reason I got really mad about it is because I also felt like it was so disingenuous of Marvel to try to sell us on this big creative overhaul. Do you guys remember this? They did this big overhaul, and they were talking about how it's a completely different show, and they cut out all this stuff. They remade it. They fired everybody. And I got bamboozled. I was like, oh, shit. Yo, it's going to be completely different this time. Oh, my God, they fixed it. Finally. Finally, they realized they can't just keep putting this shit out there. They're going to fix it. Oh, my God. It was really bad. So I went on a little Marvel break, okay? I haven't watched shit on Disney Plus. I didn't watch Ironheart. I didn't watch Eyes of Wakanda. Maybe there was another one. I didn't watch it. Okay? Don't give a fuck. And then a couple of weeks ago, the trailer for Marvel Zombies is randomly fucking incredible. You know it. I know it. We all know it. The trailer was great. I saw it. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, it's cool. Holy crap, it seems mature. Oh my goodness, it seems violent and fun. Holy crap, Spider-Man's ripping heads off. Oh my God, it seems like they're going for it. This is exactly what I've been talking about. This is exactly what I want. And the trailer was so good that it got me to say, I'm going to end my Disney Plus break. I'm going to end my sabbatical. And not only that, we're going to do a watch party. And not only that, we're going to do a watch party for a member stream. So we're watching last night, and oh my God, after about 5 to 10 minutes, I realized that I had been bamboozled. I realized that the person that cut that trailer probably deserves a raise, and I hope they get fired. Because that person fucking took your regularly scheduled Marvel Phase 4 slop bullshit and spun it up into some trailer that actually gave me hope again, okay? You know, Marvel Zombies starts off following the characters of Kamala Khan, Riri Williams, and Kate Bishop. And I don't know. Like maybe this is a thing in zombie movies. Has this ever happened before? I don't watch a lot of horror. I'm not into horror. But do they try to make it so you fucking hate all the characters and you want them to die and get brutally killed, eaten in front of each other as brutal as fucking possible. Like, there's catharsis that can happen when you watch a terrible thing happen to a character and then they get justice, or you watch a villain do something really fucked up and terrible, right? And then you're like, oh, but they're gonna get theirs at the end of the film. But you watched Alien Earth, smack my head. But see, like, that's the thing, and I don't want to get too mad at Leon here. I'm going to try not to make this like a personal attack to Leon, but that is that shit. That is that brain rot, internet stupid shit. Where you're like, but female bad here, female bad here. Holy shit, brother. If that's where you're at, like, please just leave the conversation. Take the hall pass, get the fuck out of the classroom. I can't stand you motherfuckers. Like, I can't, bro. Like this, because honestly, it's not just Leon. It's a whole bunch of people that literally cannot tell the difference. That's just like, oh, female shit, I don't like. Oh my God. Oh, it's because of horror? Okay, well, either way, I just flamed your ass. Think better when you put shit into chat. Anyway, back to this silly-ass show with Kamala Khan and with fucking Riri Williams and stupid-ass Kate Bishop. I mean, the thing that just fucking infuriates me about this, right? Again, it's this selling of we have changed, things are different, we know what the problems are, etc., etc. And yet this is so clearly a show that was... I mean, when did Ironheart wrap? I mean, Ironheart wrapped over a year ago, 2 years ago. When was the Hawkeye show? The Hawkeye show was, what, 2-3 years ago? When was the Miss Marvel show? The Miss Marvel show was before all of them. The Miss Marvel show was before all of them. So you can't act like you've turned the other like you cannot act like you're growing and learning and changing and doing all of this stuff. These are 3 characters that are Disney Plus characters that have been in the works for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And so obviously Marvel Zombies is just another project that happened at a time when Marvel didn't think they fucking lost everybody. When Marvel didn't think that this leaning in super heavy into all of these B and C level characters would wash the brand, right? And so, look, you know what Marvel Zombies really is? It's just more of the fucking same. It's the same old shit. And I can't stand it. And the thing that's like, it really fucking irks me, man, because not everybody has this experience. So, you know, I thought a lot of people said, oh, the first one's the worst, you know, the second one and third one and fourth one are good. And especially the ending is really cool. So you should get through the first one to get to the backs. And I think for some people, like, again, it's one of those situations where, like, your mileage may vary, right? Your mileage may vary. But I cannot deal with that shit anymore. Like, you cannot put these goofy ass nobody female characters and they're all the star of the show. And you can't just put them together and have the girls hang out and then try to fucking sell me on it using Spider-Man ripping 13 heads off of motherfuckers on a trailer with a really cool song on it. You just can't do it anymore. Like, stop trying to sell me on we've changed. Stop putting fucking Thanos quotes into the Miss Marvel, the fucking Marvels movie. Stop. Just stop. Like, you made a bunch of slop. You leaned into the female character thing. You fucked up. Just own it. Stop trying to act like it's not happening. Stop trying to act like, because I can't fucking stand it anymore, dude. And like, the damage that it's doing, and this is my opinion of this, and maybe the show is like a fart in the wind. Like, maybe nobody really cares, right? And it's going to come out, it's going to be gone, and we won't care. But the reason that I think Marvel's in the position that they are in, and I would argue the reason that the Fantastic Four is an absolutely incredible movie, but I mean, fucking Demon Slayer made more money than that movie. It barely made over $500 million. Thunderbolts is an incredible movie, and it fucking barely makes over $400 million. The reason this happened to you, Marvel, the reason this happened is because you didn't realize that every single time the project didn't click, every single time the project was slop, and you leaned on all the bullshit Marvel Studios things, you were going to create, beyond an issue and a problem, you were going to create resentment. Resentment. I fucking resent the MCU bullshit. I do. And I can't stand when a bad project just is because it becomes the worst version of what the MCU does that's cringe and stupid and fucking lame. And so the problem is when you put stuff out like that and you're just doing like I'm talking like the little quippy shit, the funny little like one-liners, the Deus Ex Machina ending, like all of it, all the Marvel shit that you built your whole brand on, the bread and butter that you have literally created a scenario in which when you do that and it doesn't land, it makes me not want it ever at all ever again. So you're literally fatiguing and building resentment within your own fan base for the things that used to set you apart, for the things that used to be a part of your brand. And it's like, look, unfortunately, I think it's gotten so bad that the solution for Marvel Studios is to abandon full sale, 100% abandon the MCU-ification. Okay, everything that's popping with Marvel right now has gotten away from the MCU-ification. And in fact, the only reason I was excited about Zombies is because it felt like it was getting away from the MCU-ification. But it can't actually be anything but the MCU. That's the issue. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine is dope because it's not MCU. Marvel Rivals is dope because it's not MCU. You know? New dope Punisher comic is violent and feels dope because it's not MCU. You know what I mean? Like you really fucked it up. And for me, by the way, this is why I was on my break. This is why I didn't want to watch any of the Disney Plus shit, because that's what was happening to me. Every time you do this and don't pull it off and you lean on all that same shit, it makes me fucking hate all of that shit. So I can't watch Ironheart. I can't watch fucking Eyes of Wakanda. I can't watch this stupid ass silly zombie show either. It's all MCU slop, man. It is. And it sucks. It sucks that we've gotten to that point, man. And it takes me back to at the end of last year. There was a trailer that was put out. I think it was for like a D23 thing. It was late. It was actually around this time. It was around this time. It was like November, December of last year, or whatever. And it was a little trailer, and it showed 9 Disney Plus project or 9 Marvel projects. 9 in 2025. Okay, so it was that trailer that had all of them, right? All the different shows, the movies. But like, dude, yeah, we had so many this year, right? Because you still have Wonder Man. You've got Zombies, Eyes of Wakanda, Ironheart, Daredevil. I think there was one even before Daredevil, right? Yeah, Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood. I mean, it's just so much. It's so much. And I remember when that trailer came out late last year, there were a lot of people excited about it. And I remember reacting to it in disbelief. Because I was like, oh, so our solution to the Marvel branding problem is, well, we got a bunch of this ready to go. So here it all comes. Here it all comes. I think it's pretty fucking terrible, man. I mean, I think Marvel will probably survive and hopefully they can like do better and get it back on track in the future. But my God, dude, I was so fucking disappointed with Marvel Zombies. It feels like all the same stupid ass silly shit they've been making for years and years and years. And this has been a very bad year for Marvel Studios. And it is hard. Like, I just want them, I mean, maybe they already know this, but like, it's just laughable that you talk about quality over quantity, and then you drop 9 projects in 2020. So, I mean, we're dropping 9 projects. So I really don't like Marvel Zombies, and it really makes me fucking hate all the silly shit Marvel Studios is doing. So I'm back on my break. Fuck that. And I just wonder if Marvel even realizes it, because look, at the end of the day, like, I worry about Marvel sometimes because I just don't know that they realize this is happening. You know, it's I'd like to believe that they realize it, and I'd like to believe that like they're just kind of eating the shit sandwich, right? Like where it's like, well, we have all this shit, we got to release it. Like, because to Kevin, I would assume he's like, well, we're not gonna fucking Batgirl this shit. Like, we're going to release this, you know. But you guys also know that's one of my big problems with him. I think a lot of stuff should have been canceled. I think that a lot of this stuff hurt the brand. And I can't believe there's still this like apparatus of folks around Marvel that's going to act like this is okay and good and everything's just going off without a hitch. You can't have you can't have 7 red carpets a year. You can't have 9 junket fucking press tour. Let's bring everybody out to ask all the silly questions. You can't do this 7 to 9 times a year. You can't do it. You can't. So yeah, fuck Marvel Zombies. I think it's infuriating, insultingly bad. That's my opinion on it. All right, anyway, what are your guys' thoughts? Hey, sorry, Leon. Sorry I put words in your mouth and now everybody hates you. Sometimes the carpet is purple, so joke's on you. Which one was purple? For Agatha? Which one was purple? Hello, Josh. Yes, I agree. I couldn't even get through one episode of Marvel Zombies. Yeah, I mean, I just can't. I just can't, man. Low-key, they do. Wait, what? Oh man, don't give Leon some shit, guys. I fucked it up. He was probably he wasn't saying what I thought he was saying. Next year we got Daredevil season 2, Vision, X-Men 97 season 2, Spider-Man season 2, Punisher special on Disney Plus. Yeah, and I mean, look, I'll probably check some of that out. Okay, I would like to believe it's going to be fucking better, but dude, this zombies thing ain't it. This is some bullshit. This is some fucking bullshit that they made back in the day when they were like, well, you know, I know we just lost Captain America and Steve Rogers. You know who people will love? Fucking Riri Williams, Kamala Khan, and Kate Bishop. Like, dude, honestly, it like makes me want to rip my fucking hair out that it's a serious conversation that those characters, like, what do you think is happening? Like, what do you think this is? Do you think this is the booming age of comics? Do you think this is like the 2010s and, you know, kids are just discovering digital comics and there's a whole bunch of fucking millennials that are into Miss Marvel and shit? Like, what do you think is happening here? You're on the other side of being the biggest thing ever and then falling off. You need to fucking take this shit seriously. Like, you are not in this place of, well, we can just serve this up and they'll like this, that, second, third. No, you're fighting for your fucking life over there. You are a joke now. You can't do this. I highly recommend not doing bullshit like this anymore. And I am worried that there's a portion of folks at Disney that do not understand how bad it will be for them if they truly double and triple down on this shit. Because, like, I'm being reasonable about this. And I know some of you are like, no, the fuck you are not. You lack the proper perspective. I am being reasonable about this. I'm actually one of the good ones. I'm actually trying to say this in a reasonable, chill-ass way. A bunch of people feel way more strongly about this than I do, and they're not going to use nice words, and they're not going to be chill about it. And I think a lot of people are way past explaining that. Like, and I don't know, maybe, like, you know what? It really feels like they're out of touch, you know? What is the other explanation that we're just going to be able to come out unscathed? You literally thought you could dump 9 projects in a year and come out unscathed, you know? It just seems silly. And then you look at the box office. Which one is it? Are you building back slowly with quality? Or are you just putting the trash out? Because I think if you want to just do quality, dude. This ain't it. It's so fucking embarrassing. Like, even the animation style makes me want to puke, dude. This is computer graphic, what if, goofy ass, lazy style. It's so uninspired. You look at the Star Wars Visions, at least these people are taking the animation medium serious. You know what I'm saying? Fuck! I'm gonna rent Alien for you on Prime Video or something. Hey, you don't say that. Any predictions for Marvel at New York Comic Con this year? No, I really don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, who knows? We knew this year was going to be mostly iffy already. Yeah, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to go through it and point it out, bro. Like, it's just been stupid. And yes, we did. But I was hoping it would be different. And man, I feel really fucking butthurt on this one. Probably because, like, I broke my break here. You know what I mean? I sat down with y'all and did this watch party Wednesday night. And oh my God, did I get mad, bro. Like, I can't with this goofy ass, silly, stupid shit. Holy. Stop trying to make fetch happen. And by fetch, I mean all of these terrible ass characters. I made this point on Wednesday, but like this, so there's this new video game, right? What's it called? The Cosmic whatever. And like, one of the coolest things they're doing for this video game is explaining the roster. You know what I mean? Like the roster. And you're supposed to get excited about the different picks on the roster. Well, like, imagine... Oh, Cosmic Butthole, right on. So, for the new Cosmic Butthole game, like, imagine if that's the thing they're telling you the roster, and they're like, oh, we've got this mind-blowing roster of incredible Marvel characters that you love, like Kate Bishop, Riri Williams, and Kamala Khan. Like, how well you think that video game would be doing? Not very fucking well. Okay? No. Fuck that. You want to get Marvel fans excited? You choose dope Marvel characters. What are we doing here? Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. I've complained enough. I've besmirched Leon's name enough. I'm gonna end the segment there. But I'm so fucking mad about this shit, bro. I'm so fucking mad about this shit. And if you don't like my thoughts on this shit, then you should just tell me to go back to my break because it was pleasant on the break. I don't have to talk about this. Do you know what I said about Ironheart? Zip zada nothing. I didn't watch a single fucking frame of it. You know what I said about Eyes of Wakanda? I didn't say a goddamn thing about it because I didn't watch a goddamn frame of it. I'm fuck. Dar Boyd says with a $20 holla, these new age characters do so poorly that they would have survived in the 90s. Oh, they wouldn't have survived in the 90s. The shows and comics would have been canceled, and they never would have seen publication again. What happened to this industry? Yeah, it's a fair question, man. It's a fair question. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think that, you know, you try different things. I think Hollywood is just like out of touch, man. You know, I think that's pretty much what it comes down to, is they're just super out of touch. Slick Demon says, Josh, did you see the Superman versus 40K universe I put into Discord? Yeah, and it looks cool, but it's like an hour. It's like a really long video, and it kind of felt like it was maybe made by AI a little bit. I don't know. What is it? Not AI? Did a real person think that? I think Josh can only be hyperbolic on Marvel and Star Wars. That's a very hyperbolic statement, motherfucker. Did you do that on purpose? Have you heard that they might push the Demon Slayer movie out sooner? Well, I didn't hear that, but what I heard was Netflix is trying to streamline the live action Demon Slayer, which is pretty wild. Yeah, that shit's pretty wild. Should we talk about that? And also, I need another cup of coffee, man. I'm fucking fired up, man. You guys got me fired up on that last segment, especially Leon, dude. This fucking guy Leon over here, you know? He's like, Alien Earth is woke. I'm like, Jesus, bro. Like, I'm trying to make a point here, you know? Holy shit. Because fast tracking things worked out well most of the time. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but yes. Let me see if I can find this. I'm hungry too, man. Psh. All right, I'm going to go put a coffee on, and then we're going to talk some Demon Slayer. And, like, I'm hungry too. Dude, and none of you guys got me a snack. You know, none of y'all got me a snack. It's always just do your job. Shut up and dribble. And it's never, hey, Josh, do you need a snack? You know? Fuck. Maybe I'm hangry. Okay? Maybe that's why Marvel Zombies is on my shit list. Hey, get out of there. No, you're not going outside. Come on. Come here. Come here. Inside. Come on. Oh, no, not you. You get away. Andrew Carnes says, watch Miss Marvel get a big role in the new X-Men film. What are we going to do? What are we going to do if that happens? C-Dub says, going to see the PTA Leo movie tonight. The reviews for it are through the roof. One battle after another. Yeah, people do seem to like that film, huh? I wonder if it'll make any money. Do people watch movies still? I wonder if we'll ever get a leaked video of Doom. Oh, wouldn't that be nice, huh? Wouldn't that be dope? It was great. Really good time. Oh, okay, nice. I don't know how live action Demon Slayer would work. Me neither, man. But I guess let's talk about it, huh? Okay, let's talk about this. This is pretty freaking wild here. So, did y'all know Netflix had the live action rights to Demon Slayer? Because I fucking didn't until it was too late. Oh, no. Hey, whoa, but hang on. Didn't Netflix break the curse of live action anime? Yes, they did, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, right now, Demon Slayer blowing up in theaters, man. The Infinity Castle movie breaking records, biggest anime movie, maybe biggest foreign movie in North America ever. Maybe even going to make more money than Superman and Fantastic Four. I think it's actually already passed all the Marvel movies. Whether or not it passes Superman is still up in the air because it is a little front loaded. Okay, so this movie is obviously crushing it. We've talked about it several times on the stream here. A lot of different videos, which, by the way, a lot of my Demon Slayer videos do pretty well on the Clips channel. Like, just as well as Marvel videos. People are interested in this shit. It's kind of cool. So, this movie's crushing it. We've talked about this a lot, but obviously the live-action anime is Hollywood's next thing they're going to try. They're trying the video game thing. Comic book movie adaptations, live-action comic book stuff feels like it's a little bit on the way out. it'll still stick around, but it just maybe isn't the biggest thing anymore. Hollywood's looking for that next thing. The video game movie thing, that's something they're building. Live action anime is one of those things as well. So obviously, when you have a big anime movie like this do very well in Demon Slayer, the people that hold the live action rights get excited. And so Netflix is purportedly fast tracking their Demon Slayer live action adaptation after the massive success of Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. Now, this is kind of interesting, you know. You would imagine this is not for theatrical. So Hollywood may be a little bumped, but at the same time, was Hollywood excited that an anime movie was making that movie or that money anyways? I know the distributors were, but was Hollywood itself that excited about it? I don't know. Sony's clearly excited, and Sony obviously has a big stake in Demon Slayer, right? So is this going to be a collaborative effort? Because from what I understand, most of the time when Netflix gets the rights to something, they have the rights. They can do whatever they want, right? So unfortunately, I think that's probably why a lot of the anime adaptations of the past have sucked balls. And then with One Piece, they did do some reshooting after Oda saw some of the episodes and requested some stuff. But from what I understand, Netflix just agreed to do that. Netflix did not actually contractually have to do that. So that's a little scary, right? Netflix maybe not in the business of always treating things with such care. You know, a lot of bad live action Netflix anime adaptations. And is this Netflix just chasing the trend and fast tracking some slop in order to capitalize? Well, that would kind of suck balls, and I hope that's not what it is. Now, the hope, right? The positive aspect to this is that Netflix is actually the studio that broke the curse. As much as it sucks balls that they've put out so much terrible live action anime, they actually broke the curse, and they did break the curse with One Piece, one of the big three. Okay? The One Piece show, its first season, was a phenomenon, and many anime fans agree it is the show that broke the curse. It shows you how live action anime could actually work and be satisfying to the anime community. Because man, this reminds me of early video game adaptation movies. Maybe you could argue early comic book movie adaptations, but dude, it's like when Hollywood just could not figure it out. They cannot satisfy the base. The anime base itself is obviously huge. We talk about this all the time, how big it is, right? But the live action anime stuff, it's never been able to translate. It's never been able to actually get those fans to engage with it until One Piece. So, wow. Fast tracking the live action Demon Slayer movie. Well, is it going to have some of the people that were involved in the One Piece show? Are you going to get the actual people that made Demon Slayer involved? Are the animators and what Sony's doing going to be involved? Because all we have right here is that they're fast tracking. This is the type of news that's like, okay, but because what does this mean exactly, right? What does fast tracking mean? What is the deal with this collaboration? How does this actually work? Because believe it or not, this could actually end up hurting Demon Slayer right when Demon Slayer is about to pop off, right when Demon Slayer is making big waves. I think this could actually hurt the brand, right? And by the way, this goes into that same conversation we were just having about Marvel, right? What does it hurt the brand when it's some slop, when it's some bullshit, when it's a bad fan experience, when it doesn't feel like you're being taken care of? The more that happens, the more it becomes what you expect. That turns into how the fans view the franchise. So I don't know. I mean, a very interesting wrinkle here in the story that is Demon Slayer. And its success and Netflix and how they're thinking about this. Really curious as to what you guys think about this. Like, do you think this will be good? Do you think this is terrible? Are you concerned? What do you guys think about this? I just need to know who's involved. I need to know how serious Netflix is taking this, right? Because it could be great. It would be a shame if it was so great that you wanted it in the theaters. Like, this is kind of an interesting thing to think about. What if we get to a point where you're competing streaming and theatrical, And the core story, the anime, adapted from the manga, happens in the theaters. And yet its live action anime adaptation is on a streaming service. That would be a very interesting conflict of interest there. Yeah. Yeah, could be cool. I don't have faith in live action anime. Yeah, I mean, have you watched the One Piece though? Did you like the One Piece? They were able to make Guardians work when everyone barely knew who they were. So their fault for Marvel to try new things. Yeah, that's fair. This also makes me think of the Gundam movie too, because isn't this the Gundam movie? I think is going to get a theatrical. It's anime, but it's got a lot more like Western people involved. Yeah, the reason I think this is so important is because anime is so on the rise, and because it does seem like there's such a big inflection point here with Hollywood and what they're going to do. If this works, if the live action anime adaptation of Demon Slayer crushes for Netflix in a similar way to how the anime is now crushing in the movie theaters, and you see this just big movement and it's huge, brother, the studios are going to go crazy on that. And they're already trying. There's other stuff in the works, the live action Solo Leveling, et cetera, right? So this is actually a big deal. The silver lining is that the Demon Slayer story is very basic, so as long as the visuals are peak, it could work. That's true. So you would imagine then they have to spend some serious money, because Demon Slayer is so colorful, like the breathing moves, all that sort of stuff. So cool. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of interesting. For me, they haven't made a good live action anime. I don't watch One Piece. Okay, gotcha. Totally. Dragon Ball Evolution is the greatest live action anime ever. Oh boy. Well, in a sense, it's good because it got us Battle of the Gods and all that, right? It got us Toriyama's return, so you can't be too mad at it. Yeah, I guess we'll see, guys. I'll update you as we find out more. The big questions for me are like, who's involved? What does this mean, fast tracking? That's a scary word, especially for a studio like Netflix. Is there going to be collaboration here? Demon Slayer is huge right now. And then I wonder, too, like for the people that are just getting into it, because we had a lot of people in our chats and on social media, I had people reach out and be like, hey, do I need to watch or read Demon Slayer? Can I just go enjoy the movie? That's always a great sign. It shows that a lot of people are interested. So are you going to have people that are just coming into Demon Slayer? What do they think of this? Does it work for them? Yeah. I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. All right, cool. Should we talk about Toby? Should we talk about Toby Maguire? Y'all know about Toby? Okay. All right, let's talk about Toby Maguire in Avengers Doomsday. Okay, so a lot of rumors recently about this, right? A lot of back and forth on this. And it definitely seems like there's something going on. Toby was in London. And then you've got stuff like this, right? Where people are posting these photos here. Like they're taking photos with Toby Maguire, okay? And granted, sure, there have been a lot of rumors. And I'm imagining many of you would say, okay, yeah, Toby's probably in it. We think Toby is in it. Okay, so this is actually kind of fun because this is actually from that Star Wars source. Okay, so this is different than a lot of the other sources and a lot of the other people that I talked to about this. This came in with the Star Wars stuff about Anakin, which again, holy shit, that Anakin stuff's crazy with Ahsoka, right? I can't wait to talk to Theory about that. And I think that's really, really cool. But this person also knows people that worked on Doomsday. And this person told me in no uncertain terms that the leaks about Toby Maguire are true. He's in the movie. And not only that, but the leaks about him being involved with the TVA are true. Okay? So this is kind of fun. Now, one of the reasons I like this a lot is because it's so serendipitous to Spider-Man No Way Home. When Spider-Man No Way Home was coming out, right, you had like all of the big scoopers and the insiders talking about all this sort of stuff. You know, the usual suspects, right? And then you had all the, you know, like the 8K, 4K shots of them on the set. You had the costume leak and all this stuff, right? And I remember talking to this same person around that time, and they told me some stuff back then about the Toby and Andrew stuff. And it was one of those situations where, sure, I thought they were in it. Basically, all these other people were talking about it, and I believed the scoops. And I actually had heard some stuff about it, too, that I didn't talk about. But when this person who I know is very solid, like I know this person is very, very solid, they told me about Toby and Andrew being in the movie. That was just like one more cherry on top. Like, okay, I know this is real, kind of a thing. And so to me, that's the same thing that's going on here with Toby. So I now, not just because of all the other stuff, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the other stuff matters. But this person telling me it matters quite a bit to me personally. So I'm now pretty much 100% that Toby is in Avengers Doomsday. Now, what I can't decide exactly is how this is going to go. How could he be in this movie? Or what's the deal with that? But when this guy said that it's connected to the TVA stuff, right? I was like, whoa, okay. So that opens up some other really interesting possibilities. Right now, it kind of feels like Toby's universe may be a universe that's visited and then destroyed in an incursion. Right. And we've even talked about how like crazy it would be as if like the movie opened and you have Toby there and he's like, hey, MJ. And then he's got kids and everything. And then like the universe just gets destroyed and like everything dies. And that would be brutal. That would be crazy. But I don't know that that's going to be the case. But what I do think is going to happen is Toby's universe will be one of many universes that is destroyed. Him being in the TVA means one of two things. Okay? It either means that he is recruited by Loki himself for the multiversal Avengers, which totally could be real. And I think that is, you know, very viable, right? Or it is going to be similar to what happened in Deadpool and Wolverine when they were trying to recruit Deadpool. Now, if you remember that movie, right, it's kind of crazy because they don't say that Deadpool is an anchor being, but what they say is he is a being out there on the timeline that has a purpose that could help fight for the existence of the sacred timeline, okay? And that's them bringing him there. So what if that's like exactly what it is with Toby, where some other TVA person recruits Toby and says, hey, your universe is gone, but you have a chance to help to fight for like the rest of the multiverse or something like that. I think that's what it could be. It's also possible that like at the point that Doom flips in the movie, and there's still a lot that we don't know, but it does kind of seem like at one point Doom is going to flip and his plan will be revealed. And this will be in the second or third act. And it'll be that he's trying to get to where Loki is at, right? Well, that all feels like TVA stuff, so maybe it's the Void. And I know there's a lot of rumors right now about different crazy things you'll see on the Void. Like there's somebody even saying you'll see a version of Bucky as Cap on the Void. And so like Doom's going to have to go to the Void to then get to the Citadel to get to Loki or whatever, and he'll have to fight a whole bunch of multiversal Avengers there. That is a thing. People have talked about that, and that could absolutely be what it is and how it's operating. But either way, man, I think it's really freaking cool. And so I just wanted to pass this along to you guys that I heard from a very reliable person that Toby is in this thing that is connected to the TVA. And therefore, I think a lot of the speculation around Toby should be centered around that idea and him being connected to the TVA somehow and the TVA plot and potentially the end of the movie. And perhaps this all has to do with trying to stop Dr. Doom. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of the Toby shit. I would love to know what you guys think, man. This pick is fake? Yeah, I think this pick is fake, but that doesn't matter. That's not actually what I'm talking about. I just thought this was funny because there's a lot of stuff going around about Toby right now. But yeah. What do you guys think, man? Toby and Doomsday. I didn't know they were going to go that hard, that fast. I'm excited. More Tobster, man. Yeah, Toby. Toby's going to get got by Doom. Maybe. You think he'll be the spine? What if it's Toby's spine that gets ripped? Oh, no. Loki's team consisting of Toby, Thor, Wolverine, Deadpool, Cap. That could be fun, yeah. Toby's return was inevitable. I agree, but I'm excited nonetheless. Toby was in the London premiere of Leo's movie, so he's deaf there. Oh, he there. All right. Oh, he there. By the way, I'll just say again, guys, 34-minute video. Probably dropping over the weekend, maybe on Monday. That is going to break down all the leaks, everything we know about Doomsday, and I promise you there's going to be some shit in there that you do not know about. Yeah, so look out for that. Sunday, Monday, probably for that, but yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be good. Yeah. Does the Marvel Zombie make you more worried about Avengers? Would they honey dick us that bad? No, it doesn't make me concerned for Avengers. It does make me a bit concerned that it's like, yo, are you guys actually seeing what the problems are here? Because, like, here's what I think it really is like they know what it is, and they're just like, fuck it. We got to get it out. We have to try to put our best foot forward with this stuff, and that's fine. But I'm sorry. I'm not going to be one of those fans that just, like, laps it up, man. I'm so far past that, and I don't like what you're doing, and I'm really hoping that the new stuff is not like that. So that's it. You know, that's what it is. That's kind of where I'm at. Wasn't it confirmed when we got a pic of him getting the battle damage makeup? Yeah, but we don't know if that's true. I mean, we talked about that the other day too. I think that might actually be real, but you never know. You never know for sure. Look, all I'm telling you guys is that a very reliable person told me, and I believe it. That's all I'm saying. You know, you don't have to think it's a big deal. You don't have to think it's a new news story. You don't have to. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Andrew's going to be there for sure. I assume so. Yeah, I assume Andrew's going to be there. Although I did not hear anything about that. Yeah. Iron Man 3 director Shane Black was mid-interview. RDJ Doom will save comic book movies. Did he really say that? That's funny. That's interesting. Yeah. All this talk about Toby. What about Andrew? I didn't hear anything about Andrew. Maybe he's still doing it, but I haven't heard anything. Maybe he's still in it. Dude, I'm so excited for Toby, man. And I'm pretty sure, like, the old rumor was that the main crew for Secret Wars was going to be Tony Stark, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and Toby Maguire Spider-Man. And come on, man. If that's not a perfect trilogy together, I don't know what is. Toby Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, freaking RDJ Tony Stark. Get them boys together, man. This is maybe the last time we can actually have this happen. So fucking do it. Do it. Yeah, man. Read my super and yell at me for my naivete. Huh? Look, we knew this year was full of old mentality projects, what they're actively trying to fetch happen. I wasn't surprised. I just ignored it. If that continues in new stuff, then I'll lose it. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, okay, but again, like, look, the zombies thing looked cool. And I checked it out because I thought it looked cool. And holy shit, was it not cool. So. Yeah. Fantasy movie with Doom as king. Trio blending heroes together. The multiversal forces. Ending a standoff with Doom. Iron Man defeats him. Greatest movie ever. Well, it'll certainly be entertaining. I think so. Yeah. Okay, so that's your little scoop about Toby, I'm telling you, Toby in there. I'm telling you, Toby there. Toby Spider-Man. In Avengers Doomsday. Are you picking up MTG Spider-Man today? I don't know if I am, man. Should we talk about that? Let's talk about MTG Spider-Man and the absolute fucking depressing state of Marvel and Magic cards. Oh no, what? I thought we were done being depressing. Greek-ski, you did this. You brought it up and now I have to yap about it. Fuck. I told you guys a couple of months ago, Marvel, Magic, Spider-Man said I was getting excited. And they fucked it all up. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So there were some rumors about the set that were really weird. There's some whack shit that happened with the fact that they couldn't have it in digital form. So they had to do a whole new set with different art, different names, but the same card functions so that they could have it on their online version of Magic. So stupid. I can't believe Marvel wouldn't let them just have the Spider-Man cards on the digital version. I was like, geez, this is dumb. But beyond that, as more and more spoilers came out for the set looked fucking lame. Well, guess what? Now we found out why. Apparently, this thing was originally scheduled to be like a 100-card mini set, not even a full set. And then something happened where they said it was going to be a full set, and they basically made 88 new cards that are shit. So the set has stuff like Hot Dog Stand, Aunt May, Peter Parker's camera, and a whole bunch of stupid shit like that. And basically, I've come to find out, guys, that the whole, well, not the whole community, but a large portion of the Magic community has rejected this product. You can go online right now and watch videos about how low the pre-release numbers were for people going out to get this set. The box price for the collector booster has dropped all the way from $850 to $650, and it'll probably go lower. And so somebody asks me in chat, are you going to go out and get some of this Spider-Man set today? And the answer is probably fucking not, dude. And I want to just be honest about this because I want to explain how this happens, because this is branding. This is what's happening to Marvel proper. This is what's happening to Star Wars. This is what happened to DC for a long time. I'm on the outside. I'm not a hardcore Magic guy. I've had periods of time where I was really into it. I have a ton of decks. I really like it. Okay. The Magic set of Marvel on the horizon was a really interesting thing to me. As it gets closer, I explore more. I see what the fans are saying. I go to watch the content creators. What are they saying about it? You know, the spoiler videos. I'm trying to engage in the hype cycle for this set. Okay? And as I engage in the hype cycle for this set, I am inundated. I am bombarded with negativity. All the Marvel fans think this set sucks balls. All the Magic fans think the set sucks balls. It's derivative. It's sloppy. It's lazy. There's no serialized cards. It's just like this big sea of negativity, man. People are not having fun. People aren't going to the pre-releases. The prices of the cards are way down, so it's not even like you're looking to get a big lottery hit. All that does is create a narrative in my head where this thing that I was going to go out and literally probably spend $300 to $600 on, I'm now like, do I even want to spend any money on that? Am I really going to get back into that? It's like, that is how close I think consumer behavior is. You know, and I think that's what's happened to the MCU is there's a whole bunch of people that just basically get to that point where they're like, am I really going to go out there and watch that movie? Am I going to go pay to see that movie again? Am I really going to go watch that Disney Plus show? And that's why, like, the conversation around these things, the way the fans are interacting, the narrative is so important. It is the new word of mouth. It is the new word of mouth. So no, I'm not going to go play this fucking MTG Spider-Man. I'm not buying shit for MTG Spider-Man. Now, look, I'll say this. Silver lining here. I think Wizards knows they made a bullshit set. I think Wizards knows what happened, and I think Wizards is going to try to do better in the next set and the next Marvel set, because this is a year-long relationship. It's supposed to last years. Maybe the next year, maybe the year after that, maybe the next one. Like, I'll get into it. But for now, for this set, fuck no. I don't think I'm buying a single card, man. And that sucks, because I want nice things. I want to enjoy this shit. I like Marvel. I like Magic the Gathering, dude. But like, how can I honestly feel good about going out and spending hundreds of dollars to open up this set that like everybody's talking shit on, nobody's excited about? No. If anything, I'll buy some singles. If anything, I will buy some singles. Not even the Hasbro exclusive ones. Well, I already bought some of those. I bought some of those before I knew any of this shit was going to happen. Man, I can't imagine what it would feel like if you had locked in some prices at like $700, $800, and now this shit's like way cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. But yeah, that's what's going on with Magic and Marvel. And in this economy, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, the economy's another kick in the balls. You don't feel like you should just be spending money like that anyway, and that's a squeeze, and everybody feels that on everything. So any little feel bad thing, it really does, I think, push the consumers around. You cannot do this. You cannot have this. And a few months ago, Final Fantasy was the best-selling set. Yeah, Final Fantasy went nuts, dude. People went crazy for that. So, yeah, kind of a bummer. I don't know. Did any of you guys think I'm crazy? Any of you guys go out and play it? Are you excited to get the packs, man? That's just where I'm at with it, dude. Like, I was hoping this set was going to be the thing that got me back into Magic. And I was hoping I would be very excited about playing some of these cards. And I would play these cards with my friends, and I would play Commander with my friends. This is so far removed from the experience I thought we were going to get. Oh, God. Yep. Big MTG fan, not excited at all. We're in late stage MTG now. Yeah, and you know what? That is kind of a part of it, too, where when this collaboration was first announced, I did say, even though I got excited, I did say then, wow, you know, it's tough because I think Marvel and Hasbro are actually in similar spots where they kind of peaked and they pissed their fans off, and now there's like this really weird thing going on with both brands. And it's like, oof, kind of tough to overcome that for both brands. So, yeah. Pre-release was slow, but I had a blast. I feel like the game and the cards work good together. I made Blue-White Villain. It was fun. Well, I'm glad you had fun, man. It's a shame what happened. You know, I'd like to believe, or I wish I could tell you that, like, I'm still going to go out there and be excited about the set, but literally I'm not. Like, that's what I've been yapping about for 10 fucking minutes, but it is true. Like, I'm literally not into it. I'm just not. And I'd rather save my money for some Warhammer or something. Yeah. I mean, if it crashed and like collector boosters went all the way down to like 300, maybe I would get some. You know, but as it stands right now, So yeah, that's what I think about that MTG bullshit, man. It sucks. It sucks. Did I start up Gen V? No, I haven't. Are people liking it? You should do a panel at Comic-Con. Yeah, probably should. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. I think that'd be fun. Well, there's only really one more thing I wanted to talk about, guys. It's just a small thing. And then we can just kind of kick it for a little bit, and then we get on out of here, huh? Yeah, we're at like 2 hours. Yeah, I'll just yap a little bit more. Warhammer? No Warhammer. Although, there is some dope Warhammer stuff happening, yeah. Wolverine game? I mean, Wolverine game looks dope. I'm excited about it, but it doesn't even come out till next year, probably, right? Am I going to New York Comic Con? No, I'm afraid not. No, not this year. Not this year. Next year. Yeah. The reputation of Marvel anymore. Fan speculation turns out to be much better than what they give us. Yeah, that's fair. Alex Coburn says, Warhammer channel still going? Probably won't play the game, but I love me some of the lore. Hope your family is well and you guys are enjoying the upcoming holidays. Thanks, man. Yeah, Warhammer channel, we're actually going to drop a vid very soon. Oh my God, I only have so many days before I have to drop that vid. Holy shit. Yeah, we're cooking some Warhammer videos, definitely. And we will have a new video dropping very soon, yeah. Avatar trailer. I thought the Avatar trailer looked cool. Did you guys like it? Skate tonight, Josh? Hop on? Maybe. I got 4 days. Fuck, Adam. What am I going to do? Shit. Skate tonight? Skate tonight? I did like Skate back in the day. Whoa. Rage in the last movie? The movie taking advice from Punisher and Hulk? The exact opposite? Yeah, that's fair, actually, Jesse. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Hulk will help him. Skate is so peak. Is it fun? I mean, I liked it back in the day. It looked a little janky. You know, doesn't it look a little janky? Like a little? Like just a little jank? Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, Shane Black's comments are pretty strong here, huh? Single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry. That's high praise. Or can I carry you to gold? I don't know. Can you? Can you? Justin? Or we could all play some Warhammer games together, you know? You know, we could get on there. I could teach you how to play, roll some dice on Tabletop Simulator, you know? Adam and I were supposed to play yesterday, but I was too burnt out. He was wiping the fuck out. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Is that what it is? Wow, dude. Okay, This is cool. This is cool. All right, fuck it. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, and then maybe we'll close out the stream, okay? So this is interesting, man. This comments made by Shane Black. Somebody brought this up in chat, and I was like, okay, I don't know how cool that is, but it's actually pretty interesting when you read the whole comments here. So Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Dr. Doom is going to single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry, says Iron Man 3 director Shane Black. And then he goes on to say, it seemed at first like a cynical idea, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. Now, that's fascinating. I wonder, I mean, he's got to know more about it, right? And obviously, he's good friends with Robert. They were just seen together. They took some photos together. So, I find these comments really interesting. He says, it seemed at first like a cynical idea. And then he like pauses and he's like, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. Now, I think that's actually pretty appropriate. And I think that's probably the way that most fans feel about it, right? And chat, you tell me. You tell me. Isn't that what most fans have the issue with? Don't most fans say that it's kind of like a... What he says, I think what he means is, when he says cynical idea, like... We just thought it was like a cash grab, or, oh, they're just bringing back the biggest star ever to be Dr. Doom to cover up the Kang Dynasty thing, right? That's what he means. Cynical. That's the cynical view of it. Okay? And I like that he's like, it seemed at first like a cynical idea, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. I got to tell you, it really implies to me that he knows what it is. He's probably spoken to Robert about what it is. And remember, they've been talking about this for years. Downey and them had this idea 2+ years ago. The Russos and McFeely had the activating idea, right? So they had the idea of how to make it work. And man, I think this is really, really fascinating. Okay, so this is going to take me into a conversation here of, do we think there's anything going on between Tony Stark and Dr. Doom, guys? This has been the topic, right? You guys know where I stand on it. I think yes, but I wonder if you think yes or no. Chat, what do you think? Do you think that these two characters have anything to do with each other? Yes or no? So here's the thing, and there, you know, people are mixed on it in chat, obviously. Single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry. Those are strong words, brother. And then to say it seemed at first like a cynical idea, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. So for him to put that high of praise out there implies to me that he knows something about it. I got to say this, okay? A lot of you guys are saying, no, they have nothing to do with each other. Do you really think that Shane Black would be saying this if they have nothing to do with each other? Because it's possible, but then what he would be implying is that the performance is just going to be so good. That the Doom performance itself, that just the fact that it's Robert, just from his chops, just his performance, it will completely and single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry. That it seemed like a cynical idea, but it's just going to work. It's going to work. I got to tell you guys, I have a hard time thinking that that's what it is. In order for your version of this to be correct, Shane would have to have had a conversation with Downey. And the conversation would have to go something like this. Oh, no, there's nothing really going on there between my other character and this character, so that's not what it is. But I am just acting the shit out of this character, and it's going to be so cool that it's going to save comics. And then Shane Black would have to be so convinced by that conversation with Downey that then he would have to come out and say shit like this. Do you understand what's going on there? Okay, let me just tell, man, let me tell you this. I know for sure that the whole leaking cabal, the whole scooping, leaking cabal, they were told by their big leak guy that Victor Von Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly the way it was worded. Something like, Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark, I think is how it was said. Okay? So I know that that's out there, and I know that they believe that. Okay? But I can't help but think that that's a one-sided sentence. Okay? I can't help but think that when a person says Victor Von Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark, it leaves room for the opposite of that. Does anybody know where I'm going with this? Does anybody know where my head's at with this? Did anybody Bueller, anybody Bueller, anybody? Straddle up. Straddle up. I'll explain it like this. Victor Von Doom is Victor Von Doom. He has nothing to do with Stark in the sense that he is not a variant of Tony Stark. He is not going to have Tony Stark's life. He's not going to have a Morgan. He's not going to have a Gwyneth Paltrow. He did not create Ultron on his universe. He didn't create the Avengers on his universe. He has nothing to do with Tony Stark. Doctor Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. But Tony Stark, RDJ's Tony Stark, the Tony Stark we watched in the Infinity Saga, the Tony Stark from the Sacred Timeline, that Tony Stark has everything to do with Victor. Do you understand? Does it make sense? Do you need me to explain it further? Which, by the way, I don't think the Scoopers even believe this, because I think they're, well, I know what they were told. Does what I'm saying make sense? Do you understand? How does Shane know? Because Downey probably told him. Downey probably told him. And Shane, who is a great fucking writer, a great filmmaker, just a really cool, chill-ass dude, was probably like, okay, now that's actually kind of cool. Otherwise, why does he say shit like this? Why would he say this? Chat, think about it. Why would he say this? Why would Shane Black say this? These are really fucking strong words. These are really strong words. Why else would he say this? Oh, you're confused? Okay, so let me explain it. Let me explain it. In the Prime universe, in the original version of the universe, everybody just was who they were. Iron Man was Iron Man. Doctor Doom was Doctor Doom. The Fantastic Four were the Fantastic Four. Spider-Man was Spider-Man. The X-Men were the X-Men. In the original Prime universe, it was basically like what you would expect with Marvel Comics. Okay? The TLDR of the Marvel Comics universe. Okay? And then there was a multiversal war. He Who Remains ends the multiversal war and recreates the canon of the timelines. At this point, he pulls out the Fantastic Four. He pulls out the X-Men. And he changes the sacred timeline. He writes the script, makes it so it happens in a certain way. And he makes it so the variant of Victor Von Doom on the sacred timeline is adopted by the Starks and raised as Tony Stark. Okay? So in a sense, Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. Nothing. It just so happens that on the sacred timeline, a Doom variant was raised to be Tony Stark. That's it. That's it. So in a sense, our Tony is a variant of Doom. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. Doesn't that make sense? That's how they can say Doctor Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. And it's true. And yet it does have to do with the magic of the Marvel multi-universe, as Joe Russo said. And as the Russos said at San Diego Comic-Con last summer, the only person in the world that could play Victor Von Doom for the story they want to tell is Robert Downey Jr. Why is that? Why? I'll tell you why. Doesn't this make sense? Okay, I think people are getting it. This is crazy to me. I know sometimes I definitely get hyperfixated on stuff and I fanboy dream and I speculate and I go crazy. But like, dude, for Shane, I'm sorry. But for Shane Black to come out and say this, I mean, this is some of the strongest language possible. It's going to single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry. Girl, what? It seemed at first like a cynical idea, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. Girl, what? I mean, you tell me. What's the other possible explanation? That it's just a really good accent? He heard the, my name is Doom. You think that he heard the accent, and that's why he's saying this shit? It's going to single-handedly reinvigorate the comic book industry. Wait till you hear him say my name is Doom. No, I don't think so, motherfuckers. Come on. Use your brain. What could it be? Come on. Huh? What could it be? Huh? My name is Doom. Seriously, doesn't this make sense though, chat? Like, isn't this kind of crazy? I think this is what it is. And again, I know that they were told Doctor Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. That is a one-sided statement that is technically correct. But it does not explain the wider, bigger, more detailed, he has a vendetta against the multiverse type shit. You feel me? You feel me? So I don't know, man. I wonder what you think. I'm excited. I think this is crazy. I did not expect Shane Black to come out and say some shit like this. That's high praise, man. That's high praise. When we see him clapping Wanda, we're all going to be reinvigorated. Hell yeah, Boba. Hell yeah, Boba Fett. Hell yeah. My man. Bro is doomed from the start. I mean, maybe what makes a man, you know? What makes a man? Yeah. Director just did another job. I mean, I know the timing. I'm talking about the veracity of the statement. I'm talking about like, damn, you did not have to go that hard. Like he could have literally just said, I think people are going to be surprised. You know, he could have said, I think it's going to be a return to form for Marvel. You know what I mean? He could have said, I think Downey's about to show everybody why he's the best. He could have said many things. He said going to single-handedly reinvigorate the entire comic book movie industry. It seemed at first like a cynical idea, but it's going to work. It's really going to work. That's what he said. Woo! Okay. Josh, is Sadie the multiverse herself? I think so, yes. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. This shit is dope. I'm excited. Downey! Hey, Downey! Hey, Downey! Nah, Shane's just hoping for a new project after RDJ is done. Oh, you think so? You think he's that cheap of a hoa? You think he's got no integrities? Sashin says, today was quite the calm stream. Was it? Was it? I feel crazy today. I feel fucking crazy, but maybe I've been chill. Have I been chill, guys? Have I been chill? Are we chill over here? And also, I'm hungry, man. I'm starving like Marvin, man. Hey, what are you guys doing this weekend? Any cool plans? My name is Downey. 7 out of 10 on the stream? Oh, okay. You've been chill? Hell yeah. Nice and chill one today, boys. It's a nice chill one. What's the plans for this weekend, man? Zombies is trash. I really did not like it, man. Alex says, thanks for having the best nerd community out there, Josh. Is Unity available for purchase yet? If so, where? No, it's not available for purchase yet. The Kickstarter people will get their copies first, and then, we might do like a pre-sale around that time, but then the Kickstarter people get their shit first. But I will share just a little update. Just a little look at some art here. I can't talk too much about it, but some really dope shit has happened for Unity, and we're so close to being back on track, baby. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at these dope characters, bro. You ever seen anything so dope? Look at these dope characters. Oh my god. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff's happening. Good stuff. Woo, 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 woo. Can I borrow your private jet to go to Taco Bell? Absolutely, brother. 100%. Just bring it back with a full tank of gas. Been doing any farting lately? Not lately, but when I do next, I'll think of you, Patty Poop. What the hell is even that? Hey, you don't say that. That's the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nice try. No, it's not. It's Shadow Force 6. Okay? Yeah, that's what they're called. Shadow Force 6. Chill out. Are you familiar with Armory Wars comics? No, I don't know what that is, bro. When are you watching Peacemaker? I'm never watching that shit. Never. You think Doom has a vendetta against the multiverse because the multiverse undermined his persona? Yeah, I think so a little bit. Yeah. I think so, yeah. A little bit, yeah. Watching Demon Slayer for the 3rd time. Oh, damn. How does Josh imagine the Zelda movie will affect the film industry? I think it has a chance to be huge, man. I think it has a chance to be very impactful. They've been working on it a while, you know. First trailer is going to be very, very, very important. But yeah, no, I would imagine it's going to potentially be very, very big. So. Why won't you see Peacemaker? It's just not my style, man. It's just not my style. I'm not into it. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Yeah, man. I like Zelda a lot. Not as into it as you or other gamers for sure, but I see the potential, and I think it could be really good. So we'll see. We'll see where it all goes. Who has the movie rights for Zelda right now? I believe Sony. Unfortunately. Did I talk about the new Avatar trailer? I think the new Avatar trailer looks cool. What did you guys think, though? Tom Cruise, Tony to counterbalance RDJ Doom? Maybe, but I think they're just going to do RDJ as Tony, but it's like a nature versus nurture thing. That's what I think they're going to do, yeah. Da-na-na-na-na. Westball is good. Yeah, I like Westball. It looks good, but humans becoming literal Na'vi looks dumb. Oh, you mean them being able to breathe on the planet? I don't know. I think the movie's going to get way weirder than that. I think they're going to get into some really weird cosmic shit. What happens if James Gunn is the real Doctor Doom? Oh, no. Oh, fucking no. I think Tom Cruise's Iron Man could be really cool, but it's one of those things that's kind of dependent on what else they're doing, right? I don't want it to stand in the way of some other cool things, but I do like Tom Cruise as an actor. I think he's very intense, very cool. The beach sounds nice. The beach does sound nice. Dude, I'm hungry. I'm trying to think of what I want for lunch, bruh. Guys, what should I get for lunch? Do I believe in aliens? Hell yeah, I do. Pizza? Chipotle? Bagel sandwich? These are all okay. These are okay. Eat James Gunn's hair for lunch? What the fuck? A salad? Fuck you, Stefan! Tacos? Tacos sound good, yeah. Yeah. A big fat sandwich. Is the 3-Eye Atlas alien? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Is the Alien Earth finale worth watching? I thought Alien Earth was really cool. You know, it was a little too woke for Leon. Leon was like, dude, I couldn't stand it. The girl was strong and stuff. But I thought it was cool. Complains he's fat at the beginning of the stream and then yells about salad. That checks out. Yeah, it does check out, motherfucker. Adam, when are we playing Warhammer again, bud? We're going to play next week? Are we going to play over the weekend? Should I try to play over the weekend? Should I try to find somebody to play? I need to play some new armies, man, that I've never... Ooh, a smash burger sounds great. Rossi, thanks for gifting a membership, baby. Rossi, thank you for gifting a member. Now gift 5 more. I mean, thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Nerd Theory cutting into your Warhammer time? I know, it is a little bit, but that's the sacrifice you make, you know? Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday could work. Wednesday or Thursday could work. Yeah. Yeah. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll play Gilo Tuesday night or something. Hey, Rossi! It's that easy? It's that easy? And now all you gotta do is send a PS5 to the P.O. box. Thanks, bud. PS5 with a reservation for the new Wolverine game. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Ah, man. What a week. What a time. You know, what a time, guys. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to try to get back into the gym pretty seriously over the weekend because I am getting fat and lazy. It's tough as you get older. So I'll share with you my progress. Be back at it on Monday. Big videos dropping. I'm working on some big videos, including stuff for the Warhammer channel, stuff for the main Den of Nerds. A lot of what we talked about today will go up on the Clips channel over the course of the weekend, so look out for that. Got some ideas for some banger streams next week. And yeah, we'll let you know. We'll see you Monday night for Nerd Theory as well, guys. Really hope you have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, man. Much love, chat. Much love. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you guys soon. Much love. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Leave. It just doesn't feel like it should be over yet, you know? It feels like there's more to the story. Turn the page, turn over a new leaf, turn table, go squeak, squeak, squeak. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Bars. Look, some of you sniffed the plastic glue during recess. I fucking know it. You know it. You did too much. Okay? And you need to stop with the on the keyboard so much. Okay? The rest of you, you're fine. All right, everybody, much love. I'm going to get on out of here before I get canceled because I'm feeling fucking crazy. Maybe it's all the Tylenol. All right, see you next time. Remember to open up your third eye. Stroke live on, check out, stream on, live, now hold on, you didn't think I'd let you get out of here without talking about opening up your third eye and washing out your stinky butthole, did you? Go do that.